Can you show what this situation is?
What's going on down there?
The dog is like in the pillows. So I was just at training, and so totally normal training, and then Pinu's like, Sylvie, come lift weights with Bank, like keep Bank company lifting weights at the end of training. So I go, and it's me, Bank, Pinu, and Lam Choi, who's just come back to the gym after like more than a year of being away. In the video where, in the patron video where I'm training with Dieselnoy, and he has not holding pads for me, this was one of the coolest patron sessions we ever did. One, because it's Dieselnoy, it's incredible, but it's also like a jam session of like, let's just kind of teach Sylvie in tandem, jam session of Muay Khao, which was incredible. But we left in a part where we're all just sitting in the ring, and Dieselnoy is giving me a massage, and he and Nop are kind of like talking about Muay Khao, and they're talking to me about it. And I made a point in the voiceover about how this experience of sitting in the ring kind of after training is a huge part of training. It's like a huge part of the Thai experience. And like, I'm thinking of how Chicken Man just kind of like man spreads in the ring, and they talk about different fighters at the end of training. And this is something that I really enjoy. I do my sit-ups in the ring at the end of the day so that I can be part of this like trainers sitting and talking about fighters thing. So I'm lifting weights with these guys, and it's Pinu and his son, and then Lam Choi and me, and in the middle of us doing this, like, weight thing, Pinu starts teaching Bank how he wants him to fight this next opponent he has coming up in November, who has kind of, like, a very, like, a girl I would fight, who's just kind of snuffy and, like, wiggly, a little bit like Alex, actually, like a little Gumby, and so Pinu is showing him how he wants him to, like, stand strong in, and basically, when you take the kick, you just hit right back without losing space. So he showed the, like, stumbling back off of a block, which I do, and what it looks like to not do that. And I realized that a lot of, like, technical instruction with verbal, physical, like, visible, physical, and verbal instruction happens not in training. Like, it's this hanging out after. It's sitting in the ring after. And part of me was like, that's so beautiful, because I was, like, watching this thing happen, and I'm like, I do that. I fall back, and then seeing him enact how he wants Bank to do it. Maybe it's even because he's showing Bank instead of showing me, so I'm like, yeah, instead of being all emotional about it. But it also made me realize what a second layer of boys club that gym, and probably many gyms, are. Which is, like, if you work in a company, and you have a pretty good position in the company, but you're not invited to the, like, lounge where men talk about business deals, where like you don't get to do the kind of social aspect where a lot of this stuff happens, you're out of the boys club in a way that you don't even realize by like, I'm in training, they include me, I do these things. So that was kind of a very interesting moment after training of actually being in the boys club and like watching this thing and stealing something from it. And I think even having the eyes to be able to see it because of that session with Dieselnoy, the way I'm feeling today, feeling really good, and the Carhat session for Patron that we just shot yesterday, where I was like, I'm fucking doing things that he taught me for a month, and now it's starting to flow, is like, you don't realize when you're picking these things up, kind of thing. That's my flat.